Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Perri, and I'm a filmmaker and content creator from Toronto, Canada. And today, I'm going to show you how to light, shoot, and edit product shots that you can use for cool B-roll cinematic sequences, or even if you're a freelancer, you can use this for client work. Now, I'm gonna break this whole process down into a bunch of different steps. I'm not sure exactly how many there are right now, but it could be something like 10 different steps. But I will go through all of the basics of setting up your backdrop, setting up your lighting, setting up your camera on the tripod, all that fun stuff to get the final sequence down pat so it looks awesome. And then we're gonna end up on the computer so I can show you how I quickly edit this thing together so that it looks super awesome and you'll be making these cool sequences in no time. All right, let's get to it. Alright, so the first thing you do is set up your backdrop. I like to use a black cloth or black backdrop material because this really helps your product pop off the background. This is the easiest part. Just setting up the backdrop, nothing complicated here. You know what would really help is if we had an actual backdrop stand with backdrop paper. But, you know, you gotta make do with what you have sometimes, right? Step number 2 is grab a Lazy Susan. Now, you can grab one of these from anywhere like IKEA, your local hardware store, the dollar store even. Yeah, so just get a cheap one. Don't want to spend $1 million on a Lazy Susan, but get something that will fit the look and style of your shoot. I opted to get a nice wood one because it matches my desktop surface, but make sure you get something that once again matches your look and your shoot. Step number 3, place your product on the Lazy Susan. Don't forget to also place this whole thing on top of a good looking surface. Step number 4, set up your lights. On top of the main light we'll be using to reveal the product, I do like to have a rim light at the back. Now you could use a natural daylight balanced light for this, or you can use a more warm tungsten balanced light for this, but I like to use color, so I'll be using this nice little portable light that I have here and changing it to the red color to shine it on from the back. Now I light the main product with my Aperture 120D with the softbox attachment, but you could use any light that you have. I know a lot of people like to use tube lights because you can just hold it out above the product, wave it back and forth, but in my case, this is what I've got on hand, so I'm gonna make this work. Step 5, now we're gonna put the camera on the tripod and set up our first shot. This doesn't have to be anything complicated, just point the camera directly at the front of your project, keep it at a nice level, not too high, not too low, and you're ready to start filming. Step number 6, slowly rotate the Lazy Susan and move the light back and forth, side to side, and all over the place to reveal the product with the light. So first things first, after we set our camera to manual focus mode, all we do is just give this a bit of a spin, coming over to our light, and then we're gonna wipe it across to reveal. Wait, that's not exactly how I wanted it. So we'll try that again. Wait for the right moment, reveal it, go away. This is actually quite challenging on your own. I think it's better if you have somebody to give you a hand with this. Kristen? Yeah? Can you help me for a minute, please? Sure. I got the greatest wife. She always helps me out. You mind helping for a minute?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna get you to just grab the light over here and just move it back and forth. So if you stand back here, see that? So if you look at the product there,
Yeah.
it just gave like a full wipe reveal with the light and it went away back into darkness.
Okay.
Right? So as I'm rotating that, you're gonna be just kind of doing this with the light.
Okay.
So that it's revealing the product. Right?
That sounds good.
Sounds pretty easy?
Sounds easy enough.
So we start off, once again, while it's dark. I'm gonna start rotating the Lazy Susan. And then when I say go, you're just gonna give this a nice turn. But make sure you go all the way back across so the light is no longer on the product there.
Okay.
Okay? yeah, so we'll give it a practice run. And then while she's practicing that, I basically, so I'm gonna be crouching down over here because I'm gonna be rotating this by hand. Because as you can see before, when I was just trying to spin it and run out, I don't really have any control over how the product is turning. So if I really want to get the front of the product here with the proper timing of the light there wiping across it, that's going to be almost impossible to do. I'll have to just like eyeball it and see, but that's, you know, a little more complicated. So we want to just make sure we have proper control over how we do this. So I'll be crouching down out of sight like this, sticking my hand up, and then ever so slightly gently rotating it while she's wiping the light over. Okay? Mm-hmm. That works for you?
Yeah.
All right. So let's start off with the light all the way out that way.
How quickly should I do it?
You can do it at decent speed, like wipe it across there. Right? Do a nice sweeping motion. Okay? Mm-hmm. So we're gonna start off like this. And is it ready, set, go for it. Okay, now we're gonna try that again. Now it's hard for me to see right now if my head is in the shot or not. So I'm gonna just make sure I'm low enough. And ready?
Yep.
Set, go for it. And we'll try that one more time. Oops, sorry, I wasn't ready for that one.
Okay.
Ready, set, go for it. Okay, so a few things you might notice are that, like in my shot here, as Kristen is rotating the light across, see how it's lighting the background right over here? So that's not necessarily something that you do want in your shot. It is good to have it as dark and black as possible because the focus should be on the product itself. So just play around with positioning of things, play around with the position of the item in relation to your backdrop, maybe reposition the light so that it is further back or to the side. Just keep playing around with it until you're really happy with the results. But yeah, it's a little bit of trial and error until you get things right.
Perfect.
Okay. And we can have fun with it and just spin it.
Oh my god.
That's what happens when you're having too much fun spinning lights.
Sorry.
Now make sure you get a variety of angles and shots for this product. So this is where you can kind of get creative with it. So change the angle, change the height, change the way you aim the camera at your product. Just kind of move all over the place, make sure the light's on it nicely, and you're good to go. Step number 7, import the footage onto the computer and make sure you make note of the best clips you have. Step 8, drag and import them into your project. Step 9, find a bomb music track to use for this video. Now, I like to use a music service like Epidemic Sound to find an awesome music track to go along with this cool cinematic sequence we're making, but you can pretty much find royalty-free music just about anywhere. Step number 10, start cutting the clips to the beat of the music. So I like to just drag in a bunch of the good shots that I have into my timeline, put them all end to end, put the music track in there, and then I just start playing it out, finding good spots to make a cut that clip, and then just continue on with the rest of the clips. Step number 11, and this is a bonus step, you could add cool little effects like little whoosh sound effects or even some overlay light flare effects on top of your footage. This is just a nice finishing touch that'll make it look even more awesome. And there you have it, you are all done. Now you've got an awesome cinematic sequence that you can play back and show off. Alright guys, well there you have it. That's how you light, shoot, and edit these cool product shot sequences that you can use for a variety of reasons. If you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button down below and drop me a comment letting me know what you thought. You can also follow me over on Instagram at AlexSPerri and on Twitter at the same handle, just to keep the conversation going. And if you just want to, once again, have a conversation on anything related to cameras, filmmaking, making YouTube videos, whatever it is that you want to talk about. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, because that would be much appreciated. And don't forget to ring that little bell notification icon to get notified every single time I drop new videos like this one. There's lots more cool stuff coming your way, so stay tuned. As always, I'm Alex Perri, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.